Hi viewers, we at the Pageant Perspective Podcast. I am Tasleigh, your host for today. We go beyond the sash, celebrating beauty and unveiling stories. I'm joined by Ncebakazi. Can you please introduce yourself?
Hello everyone, I am Ncebakazi Nkosi, a 14-year-old enthusiast of many passions, and I am currently a Miss Teen Alberton finalist as well as a Miss Teen South Africa finalist, and I really love modeling. It's really my passion and I'm happy to be here.
So you are currently entered in 2 pageants.
Yes.
Can you tell me about yourself first and then tell me why you entered these pageants?
So with myself, I've just always had a love for modeling, and I just feel like those 2 titles just came up and I just wanted to join and enter them because they seemed really fun and they just seemed like a place like where I can express myself and use my platform as well.
Okay, so going beyond entering the pageant because it's fun and everything else nice. Can you tell me what is your advocacy within these pageants?
So in terms of like what I advocate for, it's definitely about youth empowerment. And the reason I chose this type of topic is because at the end of the day, the youth is our like future. And I feel it's important that they are equipped with the right tools, the right confidence, as they will be like leading our future and our country. So I feel it's important that we empower the youth and like we allow them to express themselves, as society tends to have this stigma that because you're young, like you can't have a say and you can't have solutions. So my goal is to like make sure every young person knows that you should be heard because you are a person and your opinions do matter, and like you will be the future leader in 10 years time.
I love that. So you give the youth a voice. You're the youth yourself, but you give the youth a voice as well.
Yes.
So can you tell me, how do you prepare for these pageants?
So in terms of preparation, if we had to look at like appearance, so like my grooming, I have my coach for that. So she helps me with my hair, my makeup, making sure my dress is fine. She is really amazing. Auntie Luzanne from All Star, that's my coach.
And I wanted you to plug her because we all want to know.
Yes, so I'm currently part of SA All Star model and she's my coach. And then in terms of like preparing for interviews, we have sessions where she like will give us questions and we'll practice so that we are more confident on the day and that our public speaking skills are like pretty good.
So do you ever feel nervous when you before you do a pageant?
Yes, I do. There's like a lot of nerves when I step on stage, like before an interview. Like there's a lot going through my head. But, you know, I try to calm the nerves down and be calm because I don't want to mess up at the end of the day.
And what is the most rewarding thing about the pageant journey?
I'd definitely say the most rewarding thing about this pageant journey is like making new friends. I've met so many amazing people and I've created so many like meaningful friendships, as like you guys get to relate to each other, have the same love for the modeling world. So it's really easy to create friendships and like share common skills and like you relate to each other better. Yeah.
That's good. So would you say it's changed you as a person entering pageants? I mean, meeting new people, speaking to people with like-minded goals.
Yeah, in terms of like the way I've changed in pageants have like changed me in 2 ways. Like 1, my confidence, and 2, the way I present myself. And this is because like in terms of presenting myself, I've learned to be more groomed and like more confident and with poise. And then in terms of like the way pageants have changed me, they've changed me in terms of my confidence. I'm more confident in my walk, my smile, my posing, and as well as in the way I present myself. Because if you want to like be treated as a queen, you also have to look the part and be the queen.
You show up as a queen.
Yes, so it has showed me to it has taught me to be more poised, to be better in communication, as at the end of the day, you will be a title holder. So the way you speak and the way you present yourself is very important. So
that's very good. So can you tell me, besides the part of how it builds you, what community projects have you been involved in, and how do you plan to still continue being involved in these community projects after the pageant?
So some community projects that I've been recently involved in was like donating food parcels to those who were less fortunate. I was able to help out and make over 100 bags, which is really nice, and help those who don't have as much as I do. And the way I plan to continue doing this is like even after I get the title of Miss Teen Alberton or Miss Teen South Africa, I definitely want to use the platform that it provides to continue embracing those like qualities of giving back to your community.
And it's very important,
Yes.
So I want to ask you, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I mean, it is relating to continuing like work in the community, but where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I'd say in 5 years, I see myself as one who's like extremely successful, one who's always striving for like her best and just achieving my goals and like continuing to be strong, to be Ncebakazi, and just building myself and my image. So something, I don't know, it's a bit of a tough question, but I'd say a big deal. Like I want to be pretty big, and I think I would have achieved most of my long-term goals by then.
Okay, so how do you think winning this title, or winning the titles that you are currently participating in, how do you feel winning these titles will help you with who you are?
I definitely say they're going to help me in terms of like developing myself, because with being a title holder and like entering pageants, you get to like experience a different side of you, and you get to like actually look deeper into who you are, because there'll be sections where they ask you, what are you, like who are you, what do you advocate for? So I definitely say with entering pageants, I get to know myself on a deeper level, which is something I always strive to aim for, but I think pageants really help me achieve that even more.
And talking about pageants and growing within yourself, do you have any other pageants that you would like to enter in the future? Do you have anything in mind, or are you just focused on what's happening right now?
I'd say I'm more focused on what's happening right now, and I just want to kind of get the ones I'm in right now over and done with, and like learn, grow. So with Miss Teen South Africa and Miss Teen Alberton, I just want to kind of grow within those pageants first, and then when I feel more confident and more skilled, then I'll definitely enter more.
Okay, so we can't wait to follow that journey.
Yes.
And can you tell me any significant challenge that you've faced, maybe in your personal life or even in the pageant world?
I'd definitely say the most challenging thing I've faced is pushing myself over the edge and just doing it. Because pageants can be extremely scary, and like you don't know what to expect, and especially when you're new, you see all the girls walking, the way they move their hips, the way they pose, the way they smile, and it can like make you feel like you're still new, but you obviously want to get to that level. So what I had to do was definitely equip myself with confidence that you're still new and you still like you can do it. Just practice, and I'd say that's one thing I had to overcome.
Practice makes perfect.
Yes.
And a lot of the times we unconsciously find ourselves comparing,
Yes.
and it's very unintentional. It's not even coming from a place of I want to do this, but you do look at people and you're like, oh wow, wow. So can you tell me any significant thing that you have achieved, or anything that you find that's a huge achievement for yourself outside the world of pageantry?
So outside, like in school maybe?
In school, in whatever other hobbies you have, it doesn't matter, anything.
I definitely say my public speaking has gotten definitely better when I look at like outside school. When I participate in in public speaking competition, I always place. So like recently I was a runner-up for our inter-house public speaking competition.
Oh, that's amazing.
So I've definitely grown as a person, because as a young girl, like in my younger age, I was extremely shy, did not like speaking at all. So I've definitely overcome that, and even pageants have pushed me to continue to like speak more, as you have interviews, you have podcasts. So I definitely say public speaking has made me, that's one thing I've achieved.
And this is definitely like pageantry and like, you know, on a podcast, it really helps you with your public speaking.
Yes.
It really does, you know. So can you tell me, how do you balance your education and other hobbies with your pageant world, your pageantry?
So in terms of balancing both, it's definitely about time management and having a schedule. So when you don't have time management, everything can kind of fall apart, and I try to stick to a schedule. So I know that on Mondays I have my private sessions, Wednesdays I have my group classes. So after those, I need to know that, okay, I have to like study after that. I probably won't have as much time because I like arrive at home at 6. So I have to fit my homework into those hours. And then I know that Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, I have quite a lot of time throughout the day to work.
Okay, so you find that balance. I mean, it does sound tough. I remember when I was younger how much I struggled with balancing everything.
Yeah.
But it's amazing you actually have like, you know, some way to fit everything in. With balancing everything, you know, it is a very tough thing to do. I remember, like when I was younger, I was like, oh my gosh, everything is just, even till this day, you know, but you do find ways. And I'm so glad that you found a way.
Yeah.
So can you tell me any other hobbies and activities that you do outside of pageantry?
So one obviously is like public speaking. I'm part of like the public speaking team in my school. I'm also part of the debating team, the netball team, and I've recently kind of started getting into tennis as well. So yeah,
everything basically.
Yes. And
she does everything. Girl, top tier. So who is your biggest role model and why?
I definitely say my biggest role model has to be my sister. I kind of look up to her quite a lot because of the way she carries herself and the way she is as a person. So when I like think of the word role model, I think of her. So I definitely say her.
That is so nice. Is she older than you?
Yeah, she's older than me.
I hope my sisters say that about me. So can you tell me, what is your motto or life philosophy? It could be anything.
Okay.
It could be anything.
I'd say my life motto, something that I kind of use daily in my life, is small actions, big impact, changing lives through compassion. And the reason I have this motto in my life is to always remind myself that even when something may seem small, it does make an impact in someone's life. Yes. Whether it's giving them a sandwich, it may seem like such a small thing.
Or just giving them a smile.
Yeah, even giving them a smile, a hug. But at the end of the day, it makes a big impact in that person's life that you may not even know about.
So, talking about impact, you know, we always have to start with impact within ourselves. How do you keep yourself physically and mentally healthy?
In terms of like physical aspect, I obviously participate in sports, so I try to be healthy as possible. I eat well, I exercise just to keep my physical body going well and being active. And in terms of mental health, I definitely say I am a Christian, so the way I keep my mental health alive is by reading the Word and spending time with God. And I would also say just having family and friends around me also like help me stay happy, as you know, you have those people who just bring joy within your life by just being there. So
and you know, just having like family and friends around you, just having that support system, it makes such a big difference. Like I always say, I don't know what I would do without my community. It doesn't even have to be my family. It can literally just be anyone. That person that gave you a smile. That person that was like, I'm going to smile at her today. So can you tell me, social media has become such a big thing in our lives these days, but there's also a bad side to social media. So how do you handle criticism on social media?
Honestly, for me, you need to like kind of consider why someone decides to critique another person, and that could be easily because they are insecure themselves, which is usually like one of the biggest reasons. But I just feel, don't feed into it, because it can easily also give you a bad reputation if you like respond in a way that's ugly. So if they comment something, block, delete comments, and just move on with your life. I know it may seem like something so difficult to do, but giving into it just makes the person prove their point, basically. So
you're basically feeding their negativity, you know. Yeah, it is. It's a very sensitive topic as well, because that would be also including bullying.
Yes,
you know?
yeah.
And it's not okay to bully people at all.
Mm-hmm.
So talking about being a good human being,
yes,
I want to ask you, how do you want to be remembered by your current contestants, future contestants, and the community around you?
I definitely say the way I carry myself. I really want people to remember me as the girl who was confident. Even if I don't walk away with the crown, the way I just presented myself, the way I walked into the room,
and
my
you
presence.
ooze that off, like
Yes.
you give that.
Thank you. So I think that's just one thing I want people to remember of. Like, I want to have, like, people say, when she walks in, you can feel that she's in the room. And in a good way, you know. So my aura, definitely something I want to be remembered by.
Oh, and that just gave me goosebumps because your aura is so beautiful. It was
you.
so nice having you on this podcast.
Thank you.
Until next time, viewers, thank you so much for the likes, shares, and subscription. And that's it. That's all for now.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.